Hey, welcome back to Midweek, and we are now finally in our last week of Lent 2022. I'm Pastor Rick, 3-in-1, the fellowship. I'm glad you're here, and on Sunday you would have been with us and you would have been talking about Jesus coming into Jerusalem. We would have looked at it through the 23rd Psalm, and we would have focused on the 23rd Psalm. But tonight I want to get you ready for tomorrow night, Friday. Almost nothing on Saturday, and then Sunday, Resurrection Day. We call it Easter, but actually in the Christian church it is really Resurrection Sunday. Today, we are getting ready for Holy Thursday on there, and that's where we began. You began in Jerusalem on Sunday. Jesus came in, marched in, people were cheering him, throwing down palms and clothing and cheering him as the true Messiah. But the Messiah they were looking for was a military one. A Messiah coming, though, to change the faith, to forgive all of sins, to equalize the leaders of the church with everyone else in the church. Wasn't what they were looking for. So the Jews sought to have him crucified. On this point, as they were eating, Jesus took some bread and he blessed it. This is our what we call Holy Communion of the Lord's Supper, but it was the Last Supper is maybe the term that you understand it as, and that will be what we celebrate tomorrow night, acknowledging that the night that Jesus came in and washed the feet of his disciples. And then on that night, after he broke the bread, he blessed it, he broke it into pieces and gave it to them. And this time, he says, take, and this is my body, which is given for you. And then he took the cup of wine, and he gave thanks to God for it. And he gave it to them, and they drank from it. And he said to them, this is my blood, which confirms the covenant between God and his people. It is poured out as a sacrifice for many. And then he tells them he ain't going to drink it again until we get to drink it with him when Christ comes the second time in heaven. Now, this is from the Gospel of Mark, and you can read this all week long, starting in chapter 14, and we're going to go along. This understanding of what Jesus is doing, washing feet, telling them that for 3 years we've been prepping this, and we've been getting ready, but it may not be what you think it is. It's even greater. That's our challenge. We want you to walk this walk with us. Go back and watch Sunday as we entered into Jerusalem. Get ready for tomorrow night and come worship with us either online or in person. These are humble and intense kind of worships, different than any other time in the Christian year. Then there's Friday, and on Friday, we call it Good Friday. It's Good Friday because on this day, all the prophecies come to fruition. Jesus is taken down the Via Dolorosa, the street in Jerusalem. He's walked to Golgotha, the place of the skull, where he is hanged on a cross, and he is crucified. And he's crucified and he dies. The body human, the fully human Jesus died. But Jesus was fully human, fully God. We call that divine. That's our church word for it, our theology word for it. But God never dies. In fact, on Sunday then, we go from that moment to the resurrection and the empty tomb. And then Jesus begins appearing. Historical documents besides the Bible prove that Jesus appeared to other people. This is the week we want you to walk through. We want you to go from Palm Sunday to Holy Thursday to Good Friday. And then on Sunday morning, I want you to be part of the resurrection experience and celebrate the beautiful flowers and the joy of everything in the church. Because that is the day that makes Christianity different from every other religion. It is the only religion whose source of belief is actually alive, was resurrected. All others, including the great prophets of Moses and Daniel and Ezekiel, lay in the grave. I hope in this coming week that we'll see you at all or some of those opportunities to worship and to learn what it really is to be a Christian. This is the holiest week of the year. I hope you're part of it. Good night.